Atma Namaskaram, Vanakkam. When we talk about the great, efficient, brave, courageous warriors of Mahabharata, we often talk about Karna, Arjuna, Abhimanyu, and Bhima. Yet, there is another unsung hero from the south of India, that is from Tamil Nadu. Who is he? Hi, this is Rajeshwari. Welcome to my channel Tradition and Tales.
तत्पुरुषाय विद्महे महादेवाय धीमहि
This brave warrior was known by the name Aravan. Who is Aravan and what is his contribution to the war of Mahabharata? Let's see. As the Pandavas and Kauravas were deeply engrossed in their preparation for the Kurukshetra war, they sought the guidance of Lord Krishna to make their teams to win the war. Lord Krishna advised and gave them two distinct paths for winning. The first one was to recruit the best warriors in the world in their teams. The second one was even more profound and challenging. What was that? To sacrifice a person with Samutrika Lakshanam. What is Samutrika Lakshanam? Is a person with most auspicious physical and spiritual traits. To find a person with Samutrika Lakshanam was a great challenge for the Pandavas and Kauravas because there were only two people with the Samutrika Lakshanam at that time. One was Arjuna and the second one was Lord Krishna himself. As a result, both the Pandavas and the Kauravas set on their journey to look for the mightiest warriors to join their team. So, in the search, one day there emerged a mighty individual before them. This individual was very different, very mighty that they had ever seen before. Kings and emperors across the world came to participate in this mighty Mahabharata war because a war of this magnitude has never happened and is never going to happen again. And this king from Tamil Nadu emerged as a mighty individual in the war field. Recruiting the mighty kings and emperors in the war, the Pandavas and Kauravas were checking each warrior about their might and how they could contribute to this war. So, in this process, Aravan said that he could finish the war in just 30 seconds. No one believed in what Aravan said, and some even laughed at him. Neither the Pandavas nor the Kauravas was ready to take him on their side. Intrigued by the scene and the appearance of Aravan, Lord Krishna approached to check how he would be able to achieve this. To answer Lord Krishna, the mighty Aravan calmly explained that he possessed three extraordinary divine arrows. The first one would identify and mark all the enemies that needs to be eliminated. The second arrow shields the ones that needs to be protected, and the third one destructs. While Aravan was getting ready for the challenge, without his knowledge, Lord Krishna secretly hid one of the yellow leaves under his foot. Aravan quickly took the aim and eliminated all the yellow ones, sparing the green ones. However, to everybody's amazement, the arrow still kept hovering around Lord Krishna's feet. This now revealed the hidden yellow leaf, and everybody were impressed by the strength and skill of his weapons and his power, and ultimately both the Pandavas and the Kauravas wanted Aravan in their teams. Deeply principled Aravan humbly asked Lord Krishna, whose team should I join? Now, before knowing whose team Aravan joined, let's dwell into his history back. So, when the Pandavas married, each one of them had a rule that when Draupadi was with one of the Pandavas, the others were not supposed to come to her chamber. In a situation to protect Indraprastham from Dakshin, who was a snake king and previously ruled Indraprastham, Arjuna had to enter Draupadi's chamber to get his bow and arrow called the Kandibam. As a punishment for this, Arjuna, who is supposed to live in a jungle for 1 year, also he was further cursed that he would forget everything that's happening in the jungle during this 1 year. And so when Arjuna was dwelling near the jungles of southern part of India, he came across this beautiful Naga princess called Ulupi. Captivated by his Samudraka Lakshana, Ulupi immediately fell in love with Arjuna and also confessed her love to him. However, Arjuna immediately refused her love, stating his position that he would soon leave the jungle and also he would forget whatever is happening during this time. But Ulupi was still persistent. She explained she didn't want any luxury. She didn't want to be with Arjuna forever. All that she wanted is to be with him at least for a day and have a son like that of Arjuna. Moved by her sincerity and determination, Arjuna eventually agreed to be with her, and from their union was born the most handsome, extraordinarily brave son called Aravan. Now coming back to the war scene, to answer his question of whose team I should join, Krishna diligently answered that finishing the war in 30 seconds is against the righteousness of the Dharma Yuddham. However, Lord Krishna advised that Aravan has a significant role to play in the war and he would explain that to him. With profound happiness and willingness to do what Krishna said, Aravan asked who that would be. And at this moment, Krishna placed a huge mirror in front of him. Without any hesitation and ultimate resolution, Aravan agreed to this. However, he made 3 conditions before doing this, for which Lord Krishna agreed. The first condition was to have a heroic death and lying down his life in the battlefield. The second condition was to be present in the battlefield to witness the entire war of Kurukshetra. And the third condition was to get married and to experience the married life before his death. Although all these conditions were very challenging and impossible, Lord Krishna agreed to all of these conditions. To fulfill his condition of getting married, Lord Krishna himself turned into a female, an enchanting form called Mohini, and got married to Aravan. On the next day, as promised to Lord Krishna, Aravan sacrificed his own life, and in order to fulfill his wish of witnessing the war, his head was placed on top of the hill and Aravan watched the entire war sequence from the battlefield. And thus, Lord Krishna's advice of sacrificing somebody with Samudraka Lakshana worked and the Pandavas had a great victory in the war. Though his life was short-lived, his bravery and his sacrifice left a long-lasting legacy. In Tamil Nadu, in a place called Kuvagam, he is celebrated as a deity, and the transgenders from all over the world come here, gather to celebrate Lord Aravan. They considered themselves as Lord Krishna because he took the form of Mohini to marry Aravan. This festival happens every year in Kuvagam, where the transgenders get married to Aravan. The next day, they mourn his death and consider themselves his widows. And this is where the term Aravani for transgenders originated in Tamil Nadu. So, ladies and gentlemen, the next time you think about the warriors of Mahabharata, will you remember Aravan, the courageous and the brave warrior without which the epic battle wouldn't have been complete? Thank you for joining me today in Tradition and Tales. Don't forget to comment below who was your favorite warrior in Mahabharata. Love this content? There's plenty more coming up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon. This is Rajeshwari signing off. Thank you.